custom checkers to find things that are unique to their code base. Number 5, do you work with CVS and Bugzilla? Absolutely. All of our interfaces are standard and are open. So we export the information in HTML, text, and XML. And as part of professional services or as part of the customer deployment, either we or the customer will write scripts to interface with those bug tracking systems. As a lot of people know, many of these bug tracking systems and SCM systems are often customized. That's why we've focused on having standard interfaces as opposed to tight integration. But we are looking to do more work with that in the future. Number 6, what's the overhead of your tool? How long does it take to run? So that's a very good question. The build time is usually doubled. That is for the first build. Incremental builds will take, a function of the incremental build time. And then the analysis can also be done either from scratch or incrementally. The analysis time is usually 4x your normal build time. So most customers run this on a nightly basis, and for the developer desktop, they're really running a subset of their code before check-in. I've also got some questions in chat. What languages can be scanned? ASP, VB, Cold Fusion, etc. Right now, we only support C, C++, and Java. We have avoided supporting scripting languages, but that may be something that we look into in the future. I hope that answers that question. How long does a run take? I kind of answered that question, but it is usually integrated into a build process by wrapping around it. Every customer is different in structuring their workflow. We have some customers that only run it nightly, and we have many customers that have integrated Coverity into their workflow such that people cannot check in code until it's quote-unquote Coverity clean. But remember, we're building up an entire call graph. So if you have a team of 2,000 developers and everybody is making modifications to their code, we can certainly do the analysis at the desktop, but the nightly build is really the best way to catch all the defects that 2,000 people may have introduced because the code is interacting with each other. Next question is, where is the bug tracking database maintained? The bug tracking database is actually part of our web-based GUI. When we do the analysis, we store the defects into an intermediate directory, and then later I'm going to bring up a very small example for how the workflow would look. Let me find a build example, and I will increase the font there. This is how a normal Coverity run would be. There's one-time configuration where you let us know about the compiler you're using. You literally do a build, use the intermediate directory, and wrap your make system around it. So, wrap the Coverity build system around your make system. No changes are needed to your make or jam or whatever other build tool you use. From then, we analyze the code. And after we analyze the code, we commit those defects into our database directory. And then we have a small Apache server that reads that database and shows those defects via a web browser. So the nice thing about this is that you can run these analysis runs centrally on your build machine or on a clone of your build machine, and everybody in the company has one place to look for these defects. Customers have said this is great because it reduces the total cost of ownership when they're trying to deploy a static analysis solution. There's one more question related to that. Does Prevent work with Sapine Test Track Pro? As long as TestTrack Pro has open interfaces, we can certainly export and import bugs into and out of our bug tracking system. So the answer to that question is yes. And I actually believe we have one customer in Europe that's using TestTrack Pro. So I think we're close to our allotted time. I want to thank everyone for attending this presentation. And if you have any further questions, please email us at info@coverity.com. Thank you.